Aha. You're awake.
Shit. So they've already breached the outer walls.
They will soon. That masked thing on the other side. I don't know how he does it, but he's draining me.
Drain?
Yeah!
Iria!
Ellen's reins. What happened?
The barrier gave up.
He's a Dreamweaver. Get ready, Tahar. This will not be easy.
Sure.
What? That's all? I'm only getting started.
Focus, Area. Focus.
Control. Need control.
One down! Not the real one, though! We'll make short work of her.
Another illusion.
Who would have guessed? Who was that?
If I had to make a guess, I'd say he's one of his commanders.
You asked for this.
I understand.
How do you like that?
Get ready!
southwest, the southeast, and northeastern entrance are still undefended.
Then we need to take care of them.
Zarik's fangs. Zal Raka.
What's the situation? I don't see any Purity men around here.
No, not Purity, but someone else. According to my scout, they're gathering their forces down that valley. My gut tells me they're waiting for reinforcements.
Damn it. What's the plan then?
Well, now that you're here, I say you move out and crush them. We'll hold our position and cover your backs.
Simple enough. All right then. Move out.
You're here. Good. I assume that means the Northwest is secured.
It is. How about you?
Well, we managed to fend off their first attack. They aren't Purity, though.
What then?
Mercenaries. They don't have a banner, so they could be about anyone. Thing is, they've put up a siege weapon of sorts right up that hill, which prevents us from retaliating.
What kind of weapon?
I don't know. It looks like some kind of catapult, but it seems to be magic-fueled and throws fireballs which cause massive damage. We're out of reach, but the moment we move against their camp, it'll decimate us within seconds.
Whereas, if you attack the machine directly, the mercenaries themselves will fall into your backs.
Or swarm right into the city, yes. We weren't enough to split up, but now we are. Good timing, in other words.
So you want us to destroy that weapon?
Yes. The moment it is down, we'll go for their strong point.
Understood. Let's get this done.
Quite the breeze, isn't it?
Sounds like a plan.
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Whatever's necessary.
You asked for this.
You'll regret this. Got it.
That way?
There it is. Take it down.
Shit! Kill them!
It will be bloody.
That should do it. Blazes. This is Commander Katras from Aenir's Death Metal.
So he's fighting for the Purity now.
Corporal Tahar. What a surprise.
Katras, why?
Don't talk, friend. Fight.
Careful.
Blazes, Tahar. Now I know why Lacane wants you dead. You really know how to fight.
Bloody traitor. Siding with the Harbinger? Really?
Oh, come on. Don't be so dramatic. It's not as if we were ever allies to begin with. Look, this isn't personal. Lacane and his fanatics took down my camp and gave me a choice. Repent and accept the light, or have some stern-faced priest ram a bloody pike up me arse. So, unless you have some odd fantasies that I don't want to know about, don't tell me you wouldn't have done the same.
A loyal man wouldn't have.
Well, good thing I never swore loyalty to you or the Empire, isn't it? Don't kid yourself, Tahar. You would have done the exact same thing. Pretend all you like. In the end, we're all selfish pieces of shit. And the only difference between me and you is that I'm honest about it.
Any last words?
I hate to disappoint, but we're not quite there yet, friend. Goodbye, Tahar. Too bad we couldn't be on the same side this time.
What the?
A teleport rune. Good thinking.
Let's get back to Angar. Let's see.
Prepare yourselves.
You got it.
the wrong enemies.
Focus. Focus.
Understood.
Fair enough.
The fabled pariah. Interesting. I thought you were dead.
Let's just get this over with, shall we?
My words exactly. Not bad, Tahar. Not bad.
Why are you doing this? Throwing your lives away for some deluded madman?
Deluded? You're confusing something, Tahar. The Harbinger is pure. We're pure. You. People like you are who are making this necessary. It wasn't always like that, you know. A long time ago, this world was a world of peace. But then man gave in to temptation. They were weak, and they chose sin over virtue, sin over purity. And now look where we stand. Our history is a testament to our corruption. Wars, rape, hunger, illness. They are Aeronir's punishment for defying him. But that era has come to an end. We will make the world pure again and make it worthy of Aeronir's return.
You're fanatics. You've completely lost your mind.
On the contrary, we found it. But you're beyond repentance, so let's save ourselves the breath and end this already.
What the?
Go after me and lose your city and your friend, or save them and let me go. Your choice.
She got away.
No time to go after her. We need to secure the entrance.
We drove them back. Their commander escaped, though. He had a teleport rune.
Hard luck, I suppose. Well, you secured the entrance, that's what matters. What about the rest of the city? Are we safe?
Not yet. Hold your position for now. We'll meet at the Nexus once all this is over.
Understood. Tiara's blessings to her.
There's still 2 entrances we haven't covered yet. Let's hope it's not too late.
A trap. I should have seen that.
Their leader got away.
I figured. But it won't be the last time we see her. We secured the entrance. That's what matters. What about the rest of the city? They attacked from all sides at once.
Yes, I know. We'll take care of it. Just hold your position for now. Once all this is over, we'll meet at the Nexus.
Understood. Don't die, Tahar.
I'll do my best. Almost through. Just one more entrance to go.
We should hurry.
Understood.
I've said it before, and I'll say it. What the... Tahar? Is that you?
I'll explain later. What's the situation? What are those things?
My newest invention. Or, to be more precise, my newly recovered Shaper technology. I call them, Death Towers.
Death Towers?
Yeah. While you were asleep, I did some more research on how the Shapers use the Nexus to defend their city. This is the result, though they won't hold forever. And my gut tells me the Utrans are up to something, because I haven't seen Lady Moira yet.
So it's true. House Utran is fighting for the purity.
Yeah, and quite viciously so. In other words, your awakening couldn't be more timely.
What do you suggest?
Well, as you know, I'm not the best at tacticians, but from what I saw, the attacks are currently coordinated by 2 Utran commanders. If we stay here and make sure no one gets through, you could take out those commanders in the meantime.
Got it. I'll come back when it's done.
Good. Ní help guide your blade, friend.
All right, here goes nothing.
You'll regret this. You read my mind.
That's Tahar! Get him!
Good. Now let's find the other one.
Sounds like a plan.
Got it. They will fall.
They will burn. You'll regret this.
That was the last one. Let's head back to Iskrim.
I'll do what's required.
Tahar, did you deal with those commanders yet?
Yes. What the?
Finally!
Lady Utran, what's the meaning of...
All right, one more step, slit my throat.
I don't understand. Why did you betray the crown? Explain yourself.
Explain yourself. Oh, Tahar, you must understand the situation. You're not in a position to give orders. So here's what's gonna happen. You will let me walk away unharmed. You can have my soldiers, I don't care. But if you make only one wrong move, I will end this by slitting my throat.
Fine. Get out of here.
A man of reason. One more thing, though, before I leave.
What?
You will repent. All of you.
Nihal's hammer. What? I mean, what was that? That is... Wait, I have a theory.
About what happened to Myra?
Yeah, but let's talk about that later. I think this entrance should be safe for now. The Death Towers will make sure of that.
Good work. That'll help us. We need to discuss things at the Nexus.
Of course. Thank you again, Tahar. I'm glad you're back.
What do you mean? She was possessed. This doesn't make any sense.
I'm afraid it does. But again, I have a theory. The rune. While you were asleep, I tinkered with it a little.
You think the rune has something to do with this?
A rune. But it's probably best if I show you. Follow me, Tahar.
I'm coming too.
All right, let's see. Turn around.
Tiara's breath.
So, you get the idea.
Mind control.
Yeah. There are still some critical problems with it, and what I've done is far from what the Harbinger did with Lady Moira. But, Tahar, this rune, it has so much potential. If you thought what it does with the Godstones was fascinating, it's just the beginning. The Shapers, the Khazarlanthep, they knew their full potential. And this is the reason they were so powerful. Do you see it now? They...
Have you lost your bloody mind? Stop that! Whatever it is! Stop it now!
What?
Stop it for fuck's sake!
Fine. You're free. Go and... take a nap.
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
And you think that the Harbinger controls Lady Moira, right?
Yes. And in an extraordinarily powerful way, if I may say so.
Huh. In other words, we need to find a way to break that possession. Right now, House Utran is under the Harbinger's control.
Madness. This is madness.
Whatever it is, let's tend to the wounded first. We'll discuss everything else in the Nexus.
Yes. Let's do that.
So many casualties. I just don't understand. We just ended one war. Now the Harbinger starts another.
Human nature, Tahar. People need an enemy. Peace is always fleeting.
Do you really think so?
I do.
All right, let's catch our breath first. Hangar, I'll talk to you when I'm ready to discuss the next steps.
Good. I'll be waiting.
What's next?
Tahar, thank Nihal you're awake. For a while, I wasn't sure you'd make it. How do you feel? Out on the battlefield, we didn't really get the chance to talk.
I just found out that my mother is a Shaper and that she's still alive. And now Rondar Lacane took her. How do you think I feel?
Bad, I assume. Sorry, that was probably a stupid question to ask. It's a tragedy. The purity on the loose, with the power of the Archfire in the Harbinger's hands. Who could have seen that coming? For what it's worth, I'm sorry I had to go through this. I truly am.
Be that as it may, all that matters now is that we stop him. What about you, Iskrim? I doubt whatever bargain you struck with Lacane still stands. You're still here, so I guess you aren't planning on leaving.
Me? No, of course not. Where would I go, Tahar? There's no way of knowing what the Purity would do if they caught me. He wanted to kill you, so maybe Lacane doesn't want to leave any witnesses. Not to mention that we're still in the ancient Shaper city, full of marvels waiting to be discovered.
Well, I'm glad you're able to see it that way.
A frown hasn't helped anyone yet, has it? There's, one more thing I wanted to ask you. It's about your mother. About Andra.
Ask.
I'm not sure how to say this, but she was a shaper. A living shaper.
Don't talk about her as if she's already dead. Lacane only trapped her.
Of course. Sorry, I meant no offense. See, Tahar, all tragedy aside, you have to understand how fascinating this is. A shaper who survived through the aeons. And as if that weren't enough, you even turn out to be related. I have so many questions, Tahar, so many questions. Iria said at the moment Andra and you melded, she made you see something. Fragments of her past. Now, I can't help but wonder, what was it? Did you see Mullendir in all its former glory?
I didn't see anything. It's more like I suddenly have that sense of familiarity. Especially here.
But that's even more exciting. She must have transferred some of her memories onto you. I wonder if that's part of this melding ritual. Look, Tahar, I'm not sure how to say this, but how would you feel about it if I examine her? There's so much we could learn from her, even if her mind has left her body.
If you really think it helps, all right, do it.
You really just said that? By the health. Thank you. I'll talk to Undergast as soon as possible. His knowledge will be a great help. It'll be a while before we can start, but we'll do it as soon as possible.
Tahar, ready to discuss the next steps?
I am.
Good. Then let's call your companions.
Good. Now that you're all here, I'd like to plan how we proceed. As...
Tahar, I think you should allow yourself some more rest. You were in a coma for more than a month, and we still don't know what that melding actually did to you.
Isn't it obvious? It made him more powerful.
Yeah, but where does that power come from? What effect does it have on the human body or the psyche? We don't know.
I'm all right, Iskrim. Just trust me.
Fine. Then go on.
Thank you. So, our objective is clear. We need to defeat the Purity of Light and save my mother. Angar, am I right to assume that Lacane made Greykeep his new base of operations?
Correct. It's the center of his power, which is both good and bad. It's bad because Greyfell was built to withstand any kind of ambush.
And why is it good?
Because it also means if we succeed and reconquer Greyfell, we'll cut off the snake's head. Once we kill Lacane, the Purity will fall. However, there's no point in fooling ourselves. That battle for Greyfell will be bloody, and if we want to have even the slightest chance of winning, we need to join the remaining houses.
Ultran, Hallet, and Wolfgar.
Yes. If we put this army together with theirs, we might stand a chance. Also, you should see if you can strengthen the alliances you already have, Tahar. I have a plan regarding that, so we can talk further once this meeting has been concluded.
So do I.
All right. So where do we start?
It's up to you. But before we can even think about arranging a conclave between the houses, we need to break that spell the Harbinger put on my sister Myra. Iskrim, any ideas?
Actually it should be simple. We need to find the one controlling her, take the rune and, well, destroy it in the forge.
And who is controlling her? What if it's the Harbinger himself?
I doubt it. The manipulator has to be physically close to his subject, so it'll most likely be someone in Lady Myra's army. But your rune will react to another rune's presence, so once that person is near, you'll feel it.
Good. Then I have a plan. The Harbinger has taken up position in Iskander, between the Utran and the Everlight border. You know that place, Tahar. It's where your father started his rebellion.
The Loyalist camp. So what's your plan?
We strike in full force and take the castle. He'll be forced to initiate a counterattack, and my sister's armies, the Utran army, will be the closest ones at hand.
A bait.
Yes. We hold the castle against the main army, whereas you, Tahar, and a small troop get behind enemy lines. You find the rune carrier and strike from the shadows. Obviously, you'll have to act quick. We can't hold against the entire Utran army forever.
All right. So we take over the castle, wait for the Utran armies to cross the border, sneak behind their lines, and eliminate the rune carrier. And once Lady Myra is freed, we will try to gain the support of House Hallett and House Wolfgar.
Yes, though we'll need to take care of something else before that. But let's discuss this when the time comes.
Agreed. One more thing. This will be dangerous, and our original mission has been completed. In other words, if any of you are thinking of leaving, now is the time. Well, then we best get prepared now. I'll tell you when we head out.
Understood. Tahar, I'd also like to talk with you if you have a moment.
Corporal Tahar. A word, if you will?
Who are you?
Private Miller, Corporal. I'm from the Royal Army and came here with the Lord Marshal. We've captured someone who we suspect belongs to the Purity. He was seen in the deserted village outside this city, and he looks suspicious. He claims to be a simple courier sent to deliver a message to you, but we didn't want to take any risks. He's outside, near the entrance to the caves.
I see. Thank you, soldier. Dismissed.
Corporal?
Tahar, what is it?
You knew about my mother, didn't you? That's what you hinted at back at the forge, before we set out to the Eye.
Well, the answer is yes and no. I had suspicions, let us call it that, but they weren't enough to go on, and I had no idea your mother was connected to the Bloodburn.
You should have told me.
Is that so? And exactly what should I have told you? That I believe you might be the result of your father's experiments? That you're the offspring of some long-dead, forgotten race? Tell me, Tahar, what for? I mean, at best, you wouldn't have believed me. And at worst, it would have cost you your sanity. So no, I don't think I should have told you. I didn't know if these suspicions had any substance at all, and I would have been at great risk, especially back then when you were still part of the rebellion.
Where did these suspicions come from? Did my father tell you?
No. And he never found out that I knew. Your father... I don't need to tell you how meticulous he was, do I? That's why he always kept notes of his experiments and studies. I found one, a notebook. The story's actually quite simple. Your father had gone out to meet with Aelot Iskander, and had tasked me with cleaning up his laboratory.
Really? He never let me into his laboratory.
I know. And he wasn't exactly trustworthy towards me, neither. But you know Osamo. His mood was never what you'd call stable. One day, he'd think the entire rebellion had schemed against him. The next day, he told us that we'd change the world. It was part of his charisma, I guess. Sometimes I think the reason why the Mage Rebellion became so big was less of Osamo's magical powers, rather than his ability to create emotions in his followers. But we digress. So I had found this small booklet on his table. It didn't look important in any way, yet I was immediately curious. I opened it and started reading.
What was in there?
His experiments in the Eye. The ancient woman, as he called her. Your creation, these waxwork figures which he tried to infuse with life. It was disturbing. and at the same time, fascinating, as you can imagine.
So, why did he, well, create me? My mother said it was to gain access to the Archfire.
Yes, I think that was the main reason. Though I couldn't help but notice a certain, I don't know, warmth in his words when he described his plans.
Warmth. I guess I should feel honored.
Yes. Sounds cynical, doesn't it? Still, I don't think you were just a tool to him. You weren't. Tell me, Tahar. Knowing all that, how does it make you feel?
Marvelous.
Yes, I guess that was a stupid question. Either way, I think we both need some time to think. As I said, Tahar, I'm sorry that I didn't tell you earlier, but I simply didn't know what to do.
Huh. Interesting. Ah, I was hoping you'd come by. That was quite the surprise visit, wasn't it? The Harbinger couldn't have picked a better time for his attack.
I guess you could say that. How's your injury? That blast from the barrier looked quite painful.
The blast? Oh yeah, sure. I'm as good as new. One of the perks of being a light mage. Tahar, I'm sorry. For everything.
What do you mean?
Well, what you discovered in that dungeon. I didn't see that coming, honestly. I mean, I'd always felt you were different, but an experiment of your father? I would have never guessed. And now that bastard Lacane took your mother. It's just, one tragedy follows another. Now I feel almost ridiculous thinking about my supposed problems.
I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine.
Are you? Tell me, Tahar. If you had had the choice, would you have wanted to know? About your mother and how you were born?
Yes. It's always better to know the truth.
Is it? Sometimes I wonder if the truth doesn't just make it all worse. Anyway, Shaper or not, it's good to have you back. Honestly, there were times when I was worried you wouldn't ever wake up again.
I'm touched.
You better be. Anyway, in case you were wondering, I'm not planning to leave now. If you need my help, I'll be here.
Thanks, Iria. I really appreciate it.
Great. And now that we've got that out of the way, you should get some more sleep. You still look like a walking corpse. Don't make a habit out of it. I'll talk to you later. Corporal? Need anything?
You never told me why you fled Finan Mir.
Fair enough. You've given me little reason to distrust you, so... Oh well. Let's just get this over with. I already told you about my father. How to him, I had always been more of an asset. Well, after my father died, I decided to become a novice.
A novice?
Someone aspiring to be a priest of Ellen. I don't know why I did it. It was something my father had always considered a backup plan if an arranged marriage wouldn't work out. Part of it was probably because obeying my father was all I knew at that time.
But something happened.
Yes. In my first year, I fell in love. That crazy, hot-blooded, head-over-the-heels kind of love that the bards all sing about. The boy felt the same way, and for the next year it was, well, it was perfect. It was the two of us against the world. Maybe you know that feeling.
Huh. And I guess your romance didn't end well.
You guess right. But it was more than that. You know, I told you how I always felt estranged around other people. I knew how to put on a smile, how to make myself fit in, but it was always fake. Shallow. With him, it was different. Dramatic as it may sound, I thought I had finally found then there was
Which didn't sit well with some people.
No. And eventually...
But what?
My lover's friends started manipulating him. telling him that I only...
What? And he listened to them?
Maybe. But you see, and being the idea that...
So what happened?
Well, of course, we made our way, but I liked it. He took my hat to open the High Priest...
Whatever that is.
It was.
What did he ask you to do?
To open it and try to read one of the spells. You know, long story.
I'm sorry.
Don't be.
How far did that fire...
Not far. It was put out before it could do real damage.
But you never did polish the...
No. So, here it is. The whole truth. No dark secrets, no assassinations, no necromantic rituals. Just a...
Maybe running away wouldn't...
Trick. It's just... in a way...
For what it's worth.
Yeah. I'd like some... space now. I hope you don't mind. Let's talk later.
Anything on your mind?
Tahar, how are you feeling? To be honest, I thought you were dead. While you were in that...
I'm fine.
That's good. There is something else I would like to talk about. Maybe you have guessed...
Your friend. Now you know what killed him.
Her. She was a woman. It was your mother. The Shaper.
What do you feel?
I don't know. Ultimately, the question I asked myself is, can there be culpability if there was no... But then again, I know the situation is slightly different from your mother's.
There is no blame.
At least I know now what happened.
And what now? Will you stay?
Yes, I will.
For what it's worth, I'm glad that I can count on you.
It's good that you feel that way. Let us talk later if there's something to talk about, Tahar. Thank you for your time.
Let me
yes,
see.
Corporal? How can I help?
You said you know where we can find more allies.
Yes. I'll be brief. While you were asleep, an elven messenger came by. Varden Merilith, one of the Moorhere scryers from Leafshade, sent him.
Merilith? What did he want?
Only that he needed your help. They, that is, he and a couple of his followers, seem to be somewhere deep in the Leafshade jungle.
All right. We might look into this.
We should. Is there anything else you wish to discuss, Tahar? Yes, Corporal? How can I help?
About you being an assassin.
I'm still not certain.
Well, I wouldn't...
All right. Do you remember?
I remember.
It's complicated. The incident, it must have, for some... I had almost...
I don't follow.
My magic.
Wait. Dream we...
No, we do. I know how to blend in. To seem like...
What happened?
I killed him. At first...
To kill...
Yes, to get back ever since... Yes, more than that. Of course, I briefly considered changing my profession. After my master...
What about your...
Once again, Tahar, I do not feel emotion.
But what if you're...
That has happened before. And it will happen.
That's a...
I know. Now, tell me, Tahar.
I don't...
Anyway, I would like some time for myself now. I hope you understand.
Oh.
Tahar, it is good to see that you...
They did?
Yes. The Lord... I must say, though I suppose this is a difficult topic for you.
All that matters is...
Yes. This is our... Is there anything else you wanted to talk about? Yes? What is it?
So,
You are at...
Well...
Then I have read... I, myself, never felt it. And maybe that was because I saw the underlying mechanisms. I always found it strange how people overreact so strongly to...
So, what you're saying is that you were never able to feel love?
No. You see, and I am... My brain... I can't. But then, yet it changed me. All at once, I felt... connected. Do you know this feeling, Tahar? You have traveled with these people for quite some time now.
Well, yes. There is.
I see. Then you probably know how... distract...
Am I right to...
No, but yes, you are correct.
How do you...
That is a...
I can imagine.
You have not... But
tell me.
do you have regrets? Do you ever feel as if you could and should have acted differently than you did act?
Everybody had
That you see.
House.
Well, it is no secret that you have endured a lot.
Well,
I can see either way.
we should. So long, Undergast.
Careful.
You said that you have an idea on how we can get more out.
Yes, I do. It's someone you're already familiar with. At least, according to you.
You want to convince them to join our troops?
Not all of them, obviously. The Field Dog are an even greater threat than the Purity, even if most people now... What I suggest is that we strike a bargain with...
Engineers and infantry for a handful of knights. Is that really...
It is. The Falcons aren't only excellent fighters. Their presence will all...
All right.
It's whenever you...
Fair enough.
Good.
So you made it after all. Not bad.
You didn't think I would?
No. That sleep you were in. I didn't feel that there was any life left in you. But then again, you always were damn hard to kill to begin with. That new energy inside you, though, that's a different story.
So you can feel it?
That's like standing in front of a bonfire and being asked if you can feel the heat. Yes, Tahar, I can. Anyway, in case you're here to ask, we're staying.
So, you'll help me fight the Purity?
You make it sound as though this thing is somehow your responsibility. It isn't. That fanatic, with his idiotic stories of the All-Father's return, is out for all of us. Especially the orcs, or the other members of the dark races. So yeah, the Fire Wielders will stay.
That's good news.
Don't mention it. Anything else? Huh?
You said you know where we can...
Yes I do. I'll make it short. The Ash Reavers...
So?
Well...
Why?
You see, I did... Ray, to get to the point. Kagan...
I see.
In other words, we need to stop him.
So what's...
If that I...
All right.
Yes. Chieftain Czar already left before you woke up. Huh?
Regarding...
Zarek's fangs, this is so silly.
Gore.
A female.
Huh.
Well, we just had this.
But...
Yeah, there was plenty of talk.
So...
We, Zarek's fangs. I can't believe I'm telling you this.
Don't do any...
What? Giant hall. It was as...
Interesting.
Because all of a sudden...
Strange.
Well, have you ever had thirst?
Yes.
Then you... then that...
What?
Sorry, this isn't easy.
If this is too...
Zarek demanded a fight.
So...
but she wanted, believe me, Tahar.
And yet...
did you... I did. When I eat, he made me a shape.
I see.
It's what, like...
Well...
Let me have some time for myself right now, all right? I need to... think.
Would you look at that?
I'll take a look.
Oh, great. Another one. How often do you want me to tell you? I'm not a spy, and I'm not with Purity.
Wait! You're their leader, aren't you? Corporal Tahar.
Yes?
Well, then maybe you can tell these fools to let me go. Blazes, I knew it was stupid to take that job.
So, who are you? And what were you doing in Farland's Hope?
As I told this bloody brute who captured me, I'm just a courier, and someone paid me to deliver a message to a Corporal Tahar. I had no idea it was the Corporal Tahar, and had I known, I would have told that guy who gave me the job to sod off.
Can I see this message?
Oh, finally, someone who asks. Yes, it's in my coat pocket, and no, there's no poison in there to kill you.
Let me see. A meeting in Everlight. From a friend.
A friend, you see? Can I go now?
Yes. Go.
Thank you, Corporal. Thank you. Now, don't get me wrong, but I want to get out of here as soon as possible. Do you think your guards will let me through?
They will. Stay safe.
I'll try.
Here we are. So I want you to speak to 3 of my men. Elder Zilrak, Chieftain Zar, and Foreman Urash. They'll all want to discuss strategies with you regarding our upcoming fight against the Ash Reavers.
All right. What about you? Don't you want to have a say in this?
Tahar, I'm loyal to my people, but not stupid. You've won many battles, and you'll win this one. I may be a leader, but I'm not a strategist. I'll wait here. Come back once you've spoken with them.
High Chieftain Gore! High Chieftain Gore!
Do I know you?
Zarek. I'm a tracker. Chieftain Zar sent me to welcome you.
Ah, good. Where are they? And what's the situation?
Bad. The Ash Reavers have started to put up their cow to the northeast. And the Paleskins...
The Purity.
Yes, the Purity. They are only a 2-day march from the mountain.
2 days. That's not a lot of time.
It isn't. Zarek, where's Zar now? And the other ones I asked him to gather.
They're waiting for you.
Good. Tahar, I won't lie. This will be a tough battle. But we have to win it before the Purity arrives.
Didn't you want to try diplomacy first?
This is diplomacy, Tahar. The Orcish version. If we'd let Kagan know we're here before we've gathered some force, he'd simply crush us. Never seek reconciliation without a display of strength.
Tahar, High Chieftain Gore told me you'd come.
Gore said you wanted to discuss something with me regarding our battle with the Ash Reavers.
Yes, it's simple. What resources do you want us to harvest while we set up this cow?
Balance it out.
Good. What about the tools for our workers? I can order some smiths to improve some of them, but not all.
That's a tough one. We'll need stone above anything else. Make sure our stonecutters have the best pickaxes you can get.
Understood. Have you spoken with the other advisors already? If not, you should do it now. Stay safe, Tahar. May your blood never boil.
Yes.
Tahar, Zauraka.
Greetings. Gore said we should talk to you regarding our strategy against the Ash Reavers.
Yes. Within the next 2 days, we need to turn this cow into a fortress. And since you've proven more than once that you're one heck of a commander, Gore wanted you to decide how. The first choice we need to make is what kind of fighters to pick to lead our defenses. We don't know Kagan's strategy, so normal axe wielders might be our best bet. Then again, maybe Kagan thinks the same thing. In that case, a pack of warg riders would be devastating. Lastly, we could place our bets on K-Ran hunters and attack from the distance. What do you say, Tahar?
Too much standing around.
Let's go with the K-Ran hunters. Kagan would expect that.
All right. What about expanding? Kagan is still busy with building his cow, so we could either try to gain as much ground as we can now, or put our efforts into fortifying the sectors we already control instead.
Let's expand. That will give us more control over the area.
I agree with you on that. Anyway, we're through. Best I get started on the preparations now. See what the other advisors have to say, will you? I know it's a rare thing for an orc to say, but the better we think this through, the easier the fight will be. May your blood never boil, Tahar. I'll see you on the battlefield.
The Shaper Child, and so we meet again.
You wanted to talk tactics.
Tactics? Yes. I suppose you could call it that. This altar here, it has been in Bar Gagor for as long as we orcs have existed. To put it short, it's a gateway to Zarek's powers. If you know how to harness it, which I do, and I want to bless you with it. So, there are 2 blessings I can bestow upon you. The first one will allow you to call down fire from the sky, which we can directly aim against Kagan's troops. The second one is a blessing that will allow you to use the altar's power to put some of Zarek's fire into our fighters' blood, which will make them strong, very strong.
Our fighters can use all the blessings they can get. Let's go with that.
Agreed. Then step back. This won't be easy. It's done. You will be able to call upon the power by touching the altar. Just promise me this. Whatever you choose to use it for, do it with respect.
I will, Elder Zilrach. Thank you.
No, Tahar. If there's anyone who owes thanks, it's me. If it wasn't for you and Gore, Krell would have led the Fire Wielders into extinction. Before you go, there's one more thing. Did you ever hear of Black Ash?
I'm afraid not.
It's what we orcs use to imbue our weapons. Our elite fighters, our shamans, they couldn't do what they do without the ash. We'll need it in our fight against Kagan. So, be on the lookout.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Good. If you've talked to Urash and Zara, you should go see Gore now. He will want to have a word with you. Until then, Tahar, may your blood never boil.
Tahar, I take it you've talked to the advisors?
Yeah, we're all set. What now?
Now we set our plan in motion. Once we've finished our preparations, we'll march towards Kagan's Cal and try to reason with him. I'm not expecting this to take more than a couple of hours. Half a day at most.
Let's begin.
Good. I'll send out word. Just stay alert, Tahar. The Ash Reavers aren't known for their intrigues, but Kagan's hatred might get the better of him.
I still can't believe we're doing this. Walking right into the lion's jaws.
I owe that to Rain.
Yes?
Bound rack. Blasted weather. Too much standing around.
You actually came. So what do you want? Have you come to surrender? I have to say your K-Ran hunters were something I didn't expect. Good trick, though not good enough. For what it's worth, they faced their death like true orcs. Didn't expect any less of them.
I'm not going to surrender, and you know that.
Of course I do. Just as much as you know that I wouldn't let you, even if you wanted to. Then...
I didn't kill her, Kagan. I didn't.
Quiet.
She did it. She gave her life for me, damn it. I told her not to do it. I told her that I didn't want to be a shaman if it meant killing my own sister. But she just wouldn't listen. Kagan, do you have any idea how hard it is to go on living as if nothing happened? Trying to forget this nightmare every goddamn day?
Liar! You fucking pathetic lying piece of shit! Zarek's fangs, I should fucking kill you right where you stand! Giving her life for a weakling like you? Why, Gore? Why? Why would she ever have done that?
I don't know. I just don't know.
That's right, you don't! And even if she had, even if what you told me wasn't the most cowardly, pathetic lie ever spoken by an orc, why did you go on? Why? If it was so hard for you, why didn't you just renounce Zarek altogether? Or even better, throw yourself off that bloody mountain? Why? I swear, Gore, by nightfall, you and your little pale-skinned friends' heads will all be on pikes right where I'm standing. The crows picking out your bloody eyes. I fucking swear it.
Gore isn't lying.
You'd know.
Quiet. What's that?
Take them down! In the name of the light!
Balrak, kill them!
You repent.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
Al-Raqqa, this is bad.
Why in blazes is the Purity here? I thought they were still a 2-day march away.
Seems they weren't. They couldn't have picked a worse time. Now both the Purity and the Ash Reavers will try to destroy us.
So I'm guessing negotiating with the Ash Reavers is off the table.
I don't know. There needs to be a way to convince him. There must be.
You want to know what I think? You're wasting your time. Kagan thinks you're a murderer and wants you dead.
Yeah, I know. But still, some part of me refuses to give up. Killing him. I can't do that to Rain. I just can't. Maybe? Yes. Yes, that could work. If we take out the Purity first, then Kagan might be forced to cooperate.
Forced? Why?
For the same reason we beat Krell. Orcs, the Ash Reavers more than any other tribe, respect strength. If we show them how we crush the enemy before Kagan does, they might lay down their arms as a sign of respect.
Lay down their arms as a sign of respect? Sorry, Gore, but that plan sounds shaky at best. Kagan wants us dead, and his warriors know it.
Yes, Tahar, I know for heck's sake. But this is the only option we have. Though you're the commander, if you think there's no other way than to kill Kagan, fine. We'll do it your way. But whatever we do, we need to do it now.
I'll think on it.
Good idea.
Chieftain, the out.
Tahar, you have a moment?
What brought you here?
I think I have an idea. It may sound crazy, but it could help us immeasurably. You remember that demon from Aeonir's Blade? The Zarek Nar?
The Tribe-Eater. Yes. What about it?
Well, long story short, there's one nearby. And I think I could wake it. It would take me some time, and I probably can't control it forever, but I can send it on to Kagan and the Purity first. It will be quite the show.
Sounds like a plan. How do we summon that thing?
See, this is why I like you, Tahar. I'll need a place that will allow me to channel my power. But don't worry, there's one nearby. I've been there before. Just take me to it and we'll get going.
Building completed.
Good. Our Cal grows stronger.
We've no more room for troops. We need to improve our outposts.
What do we need?
We should be fighting now.
What do you require?
All right, give me a second.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Too much standing around.
You picked the wrong
We're
enemies.
for a fight.
We're under attack!
Huh. Interesting.
Got it.
Building completed. Good news. We've finished researching a new technology.
Yes? Expansion is the key to victory.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Fair enough. Let's make this quick. Building completed. Good news. We've finished researching a new technology. Good news. We've finished researching a new technology.
Just give the word.
Good idea.
All right, give me a second.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Building completed. Building completed.
Anything on your mind?
Get ready.
Finally! Prepare to bleed, you fucking coward.
What the? What just happened?
He must have something comparable to a godstone. We need to destroy his cowl first.
All right, give me a second.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded.
Is there anything you need?
Here we go.
Building completed. Building completed. Building completed.
What? That's all?
They won't stand a chance.
Building completed. Building completed.
Good idea.
We're under attack.
That's all? I'm only getting started.
Yes.
Building completed.
We'll make short work of them.
You read my mind.
You asked for this.
Yes. We're under attack!
Control. Need.
We're under attack! Building completed.
I'll be swift.
We're under attack!
No, not like this. Not by...
I'm sorry, Rain. I'm so sorry.
Stop it. Stop it, Gore. You won. We surrender.
Good. There's been enough bloodshed. Gather the survivors. You'll follow us to our Cal.
Understood. Will you kill us?
Ha, no. You'll join me.
Join you? But...
We need your strength. I wanted a peaceful solution, but your chieftain wouldn't listen. So you'll join the Fire Wielders now, at least for the next few moons. After that we will see. But one thing is for sure. You'll never invade the Fire Wielder territory again.
Understood. Let me gather my men. We'll be at your Cal once we've seen to our wounded.
How do you know they won't run off? Betray us?
They won't.
Fascinating.
Now, let's deal with the Purity first. Then let's get back to our Cal and wait for their decision.
Yes.
Expansion is the key to victory.
Building completed. Building completed.
Yes?
Chop, chop, brothers. Let's get this over with. We should be fighting now. Let's see.
Get ready!
They will fall.
A good spot.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Building completed. Chop, chop, brothers. Let's get this over with. Building completed.
I am ready.
Whatever's necessary.
A good spot.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Building completed.
Uh-huh.
Sure. A good spot.
All right, give me a second.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded.
Anything on your mind?
Sure.
I understand. I'll make it quick.
What quick? You'll regret this. We're under attack.
It will be bloody.
A good spot.
We're under attack.
You'll regret this.
You asked for this.
Picked the wrong enemies.
We're getting started.
They won't stand a chance.
We're under attack.
Focus, Maria. Focus.
Fair enough. Let's do this.
We're under attack. Building completed.
Another illusion.
Oh, Rook, that guy is seriously starting to get on my nerves.
I'll make it quick.
We'll make short work of them.
All right, here goes nothing.
Good idea.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded.
A good spot.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Building completed. Building completed. Building completed.
Let's see.
Yes?
They will fall. This place is a bloody graveyard.
What? That's all? I'm only getting started.
Yes?
You picked the wrong enemies.
Building completed. Building completed.
Just give the word.
Building completed.
Good idea.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded.
Expansion is the key to victory.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded.
Yes? Is there anything you need?
All right, give me a second.
Chieftain, the outpost has been built. Our borders have expanded. Building completed. Building completed. Building completed.
Fire wielders and ash reavers, the battle is over. It was a brutal fight, and many of our kind gave their lives today. But in the end, we, the fire wielders, were victorious. Gore killed your chieftain and destroyed your cow. He did not only show strength, but also wisdom by trying to reason with Kagan, though he would not listen. And while he could have killed you, he chose to offer you a chance to become part of a new, united horde, stronger than both our tribes could have ever been by themselves. For now, we will follow the pale-skinned named Tahar in his fight against the white-robed heretics who renounce Zarek and the Guardians, and who want to bring an end to our people. Afterwards, our army will roam the mountains of Bargagor like no other tribe ever did before. Stronger than the Fleshkins, stronger than the Moonskinned, stronger than the Mudfangs. A people united in strength and wisdom alike.
The Ash Reavers and the Fire Wielders united. I never thought I'd live to see the day.
You don't sound too happy.
Oh, I am. I just feel strange. All this, I never imagined I'd one day be a leader. I only did what was necessary. And now here I am.
Well, I know that feeling.
I guess you do. Well, let's head back to Mullendeer. We can talk there if you want to.
Here we are again. At least, with the Bloodburn gone, the undead should be less of a problem now.
What do you mean?
The Bloodburn didn't just kill the living, it also woke the dead.
Interesting. Well, let's head to the fortress. I'll do the talking once we get there.
Is it just me, or is it a little too quiet here?
No! For Aeonir!
Tiara's breath. Bane?
Yes. Looks like Lacane has an interest in this place.
But why? Aenir's blade is a wasteland. And faith aside, doesn't he need the field dark protected as much as we do?
Maybe he's even more deranged than we thought. In any case, we should hurry. If the Falcons are under attack, things are worse than we feared.
I'm telling you, you're going to regret this. We're...
Did I ask you for your opinion?
By the... Hey, help me!
Ah, shit.
You asked for this.
Tiara's breath. Thank you. I was sure they were going to kill me.
Well, you're safe now. What happened here? And who are you?
Ralph. Ralph Adony. I'm a mentalist from the Creators Guild in Neverlight. The Deathman and the Bane. They've invaded the canyon, and they are besieging the Falcon Fortress as we speak.
Blazes. That's not good.
And what about you? What are you doing here?
Long story. I think Scala Lena is better fit to tell you. We have a camp in the southeast of the canyon. I'll go there right now. You're free to join me if you want.
All right. Stay safe, Ralph.
Huh. I'll do my best.
If the fortress is under siege, that camp is probably a good place to make contact with the Falcons.
Agreed. Once we have a better idea of the situation, we'll send word to our forces. Blazes. They devastated this place.
As I said, Aranor's distrust in the Deathmen was justified.